So in the previous video, we took a look at these tools here. We took a look at a number of tools, actually. We took a look at these shape tools where we were able to draw simple shapes such as rectangles and ellipses and circles and all that kind of stuff. We also took a look at some of these tools here that would allow us to work with the objects and you know, move their placement around like this. And we took a look at how we could deal with the components of these objects as well. Which would allow us to deal with the parts of these objects, and we could change the shape of it, we could adjust the tangencies of the curves, and so on. In this video, we'll take a look at some more tools that we can use that work similarly. So in our interface over here with our tools, if we come over here to our pen tool, which is, we'll be taking a look at that as well as a couple other tools nested underneath. We'll take a look at the Freeform Pen Tool first and see how that works. So I'm going to select my Freeform Pen Tool. Notice that I am set to shape here. And if I draw here in my workspace, I get this. Now, once again, just like the tools that we were looking at in the earlier video, we can come in here and we can select our path selection tool, and we can move our path and our shape wherever we want. And of course, we can also come in here and use our direct selection tool, and we can adjust those different points if we want. And in addition, we can come over here to the pen tool itself and choose the delete anchor tool if we want to get rid of some of our anchors. And we can change the type of anchors that we have using the convert point tool. Now, the one drawback, I would say, to the Freeform Pen Tool, of course, is that you end up with multiple anchor points, which can make working with this kind of shape a little bit difficult. Of course, with all these different tools, being able to add and subtract anchor points from this, we could easily simplify it and make it into something easier to work with. However, what we're going to take a look at today is going to be the pen tool. Going to go ahead and hide this layer, and we'll go ahead and start creating a new layer using this tool, using the pen tool. So the pen tool is quite easy to use. It's simply, in this case, I'm just going to click, 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 and click, and enter. And I have this shape here created from those 4 points that I just added. Let's go ahead and give this a different color. And we'll give it an outline, as we did with some of the examples from the earlier video. And what I want you to notice is this, that the outline did not enclose the shape. If I want the shape to be enclosed, I have to do this. So I'm going to draw another, let's say, 4-sided shape here. I'll click 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll click a 5th time over here to enclose this shape here. I'll go ahead and hide these two layers, and we'll do another example with this pen tool. This time, instead of clicking and then releasing, I'm going to click, drag. You'll notice that I get a handle that's going to define the tangency of these curves here. So, and if I hold down Shift, I want you to notice that if I hold down Shift while I do this, I can very easily keep it horizontal or vertical or at a 45-degree angle. I'll go ahead and make it horizontal here. In fact, I'll just draw that one, and then I'm going to come down here below it, hold down Shift again so that I get a horizontal tangent. And then I'll just come back over here and maybe hold down Shift again and draw the tangent again. And you can see I can very easily get a nice rounded form. Or actually, to put it more accurately, a more rounded, smooth shape, not form, because form would really imply three-dimensional quality to it, and of course this is a very flat shape. Of course, we can create much more intricate or complicated shapes than this. Again, the thing to remember is that if you click, release, click, release, click, release, you'll get these sharp, straight lines with sharp angles. And if you click, drag, you'll get nice, smooth curves. And again, if you want to enclose the shape with your outline, simply end it by clicking on your your first anchor point that you created. In fact, you can still grab the tangent then if you need to adjust it. Now, I'm not trying to create anything here really, other than just showing you how to use these tools. But I'm going to go ahead and come in here and change my background color. Give it a gray value here. We'll just drop that in there. And I'm just going to play around a little bit with the color just to make it a little bit more interesting, have a little more fun with it, even though I really don't have anything in mind with this. But let's go ahead and just give it a color, maybe something like that. What I want to show you now is how we can work with this shape node just like we did the other ones in the previous video. If you remember, in the previous video we were looking specifically at these very simple shapes, the rectangle, the ellipse, the polygon tool, and so on. But let's take a look at, I'm going to cancel that, let's take a look at these two tools again, these ones found here. If you remember, we've got two tools here. We've got the path selection tool, which will allow us to move the path around as an object. And we also have our direct selection tool. So once again, we can come in here and we can adjust the different points on our shape here. We can adjust the tangencies of these. We can move the anchor points around and so on. Also remember that you can come over here to your pen tool, hold down the mouse, and you can select to add anchor points if you need more points on your shape here. You can take away points by deleting anchor points. So let's say we want to get rid of this point here. And we can convert our anchor points. So if we have a sharp angle like what we have here, but we want it to be smooth, we can convert by clicking, dragging the handle out, and now we have a nice smooth curve. Or in the case of a smooth curve and we want it to be a hard angle, we can do that as well simply by clicking on the anchor point. So that's a brief introduction to the pen tool. Thank you for watching.